Hello everyone, this is the Gadget Man with Discovering in Color, and welcome to my next video. Been a little while since I put one out, but I thought, hey, it's time to do it again because I'm going hiking again. Me and my wife, Miss Forgetful there, we're both going to go hiking, and we're actually, since we're going together, we're going to share gear this time, so it makes what we've got to carry a whole lot easier. So, before I start, I want to talk about one thing. This will be my last trip for a little while because over time, with all the hiking and the running and all the other adventures that I've had, my orthopedic surgeon has told me that it's time for me to get a total hip replacement. So that's going to happen in the next month or two after this trip, and I will be out of it for a little while. So wish me well on that adventure that I'm going to take there, but hopefully early next year, mid next year, I get back out there in a trail and be hiking with you all again. All right, let's talk about where I'm going to be going first. What I'm doing is we're going to be going out to southwestern Colorado. It's about a 38-mile trek through the mountains, and it is the Elk Park to Needleton train stop. So what you do is you go to Durango, you take a train up, they drop you off, you hike 30-some miles, you pick up a train, and then you come back home. So that's going to be our adventure. It's going to be out in the mountains. It's going to be a really great time. The weather should be perfect. The very beginning of the monsoon season, so hopefully we won't get too much rain, but definitely looking forward to doing it. All right, let's talk about our gear that we're going to use and what we're going to do. We're going to go from my right, your left, over here to the other side here, which is your right, my left. So let's start here with food, because I like to talk about food. Going to be taking a bear bag this time. I thought about taking a bear canister, but the bear bag is going to work out a little bit better for us. And what we plan on doing is I'm going to be carrying the big meals, and the wife is going to be carrying the lighter meals, i.e. lunch, pretty much is what she'll have. And she'll have that in a smaller sack that she'll take with her. And then we'll put everything back together, we'll combine them, and we will hang this up at night. One modification I'm doing this year is a lot of these meals right here, they come in these pouches, and the pouches can be kind of heavy. So what I plan on doing is basically getting a Ziploc bag, a gallon Ziploc bag, and right before we go, you don't want to do it too early, I'm going to empty the contents of this into a Ziploc bag, write these directions, how much water, how much time, all that on the top of the Ziploc bag, and we'll take that. And that will help cut down on a little bit of the weight, as well as cut down on having to carry all these in and carry all these bulky packages out. So that's the plan with the meal food. All right, next we have water. Well, what I'm going to do for the water is I've actually got these soft knot containers right here. I'm going to carry one. They're both 1 liter bottles. I'll carry one with a wide top, and I'm going to carry one with the nice screw on top right here. And those will be used to carry water in. I'm also going to carry a smaller one. It's about a ½ liter. I'll put that on my belt, on my pack, that I will carry that with. And I'll be using the same pack that I always use. For water treatment, I'm going to be using the Be Free right here on the Knock bag. This is a 2 liter Knot bag, which is kind of nice. So what I'll have the ability is, even though water should not be an issue at all out there, I will have the ability to carry up to 4 liters of water, actually 4.5 with that small bottle I'll have. But this one here, and many of you have seen this, I do have a modification on here. This modification is no longer available, but it actually is a little sock that goes over the end of the Be Free. And I found that using that little extra filter on the outside, kind of almost like a microfilter, does a great job for keeping these Be Frees to continue to flow like the way they're supposed to flow. So I took it last time, I think it was a 4 or 5 day trek that I went on, used this the whole time, and this thing never slowed down flowing. And we got into some pretty rough waters there, a pond and some other stuff. But that's the water for this trip. Next thing I've got on here, this is my pillow. So a little Sea to Summit pillow here. Gonna be carrying a nice little towel right here. This right here is my little portable urinal for inside the tent, because I just hate getting up in the middle of the night, especially if the weather's bad or it's raining or something like that. So this is what I use to relieve myself. For cooking, I'm gonna have the good old titanium cup, this little coffee cup right here. And for my cook set, since both of us are eating, I've decided to take, normally I only take this small one right here, once I can get it out. This little small jet boil is what I normally take right here. And does a great job of boiling water. Really like this here. But since there's 2 of us, what I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to bring this extra titanium pot. It's a 1 liter pot. with a lid. And what this will do, this will allow us a little easier method of sharing the meals that we have. I've done the old swap the bag out, but since I'm using Ziploc bags, that may not be too practical. So what I'll probably do here is I'll boil the water in the jet bowl, pour it inside the pot, put the food inside the pot so it can cook, and cover it up. And then let it go in there. And the nice thing is once it's all done, we have a way to share the meal, some in here, and we can eat. So that's the plan for food cooking. Gonna be carrying some personal hygiene items here. One of the items I have reviewed here that's worked pretty well in the past is, this is just a little bidet system right here, a little 250 milliliter or 8.5 ounces is what it holds. And I've used it a couple times before, and I don't have to bring as much toilet paper. So pretty much you clean with this and then you wipe it clean with the toilet paper, so you're not using up as much. And there's also in here, I've got some wipes in here, and there's this other personal hygiene stuff in here, toothbrush, toothpaste, some allergy medicine, some anti-inflammatories, that type of stuff. For my sleeping system here, I'm going to be carrying this Thermo Rest right here, the Neo Air. I've really definitely fallen in love with this one right here. I've got a couple of different pads, but this one here I really like. It blows up, it's comfortable, and it really works well. And the weight is not too bad on this. I've got my new light right here. It's a night core. The difference between this one and the other one is my last one had a battery on the back, so it made it a little bit awkward. This one here is just, it's rechargeable, which is kind of nice. And it's just got the two buttons, and it's just a little bit easier to operate this one, and it's also a little bit lighter than the other one. To keep this thing charged up, as well as my InReach satellite receiver and my hiking watch, I've got a Nightcore battery that I picked up. This is a 10,000 milliamp hour Nightcore, and it's nice because it's pretty daggone light. You can check it out. Just go to Nightcore, or I get this one off the ZPAC's website. But I'm going to be taking this one this time with me, and since I've only got really 2 pieces of electronics that I need to charge, this should more than last what I need to do. I mean, the Garmin will last, it's a 6-day trek. This will last at least half the time, if not more, before it needs any juice, if at all. And the light, because it's the summertime and it gets dark pretty late, I probably won't use this or need to charge this one at all. So as far as what I'm doing, this nice light battery should do it, no problem at all. Gonna be taking the good old Deuce of Spades trowel, and we know what that's for. I watched a couple of videos, and apparently there's a lot of flies and bugs out on the trail. So I actually picked up this little Outdoor Essentials head net. So that'll be something I'll put over top of me and keep the flies off, because I know flies, I've been through biting flies before, and they're just a pain in the butt, and not having to deal with that is something that I definitely look forward to. For rain gear, got my old ZPAC's Vertex jacket here. I'll wear that one. And this is my rain kilt. So I'll put that on. Many of you might have seen that in some of my other videos. So that's going to be my rain gear. I'm deciding whether I'm going to take my umbrella. Haven't quite decided fully on that. It'll be a game day decision whether that goes with me. Here we've got the famous white Crocs. Yes, check out my other videos. You've seen me wearing these white Crocs. Wore it on the Appalachian Trail. Wore it up north in New Mexico there. So these white Crocs, pretty good, and they're getting worn, but they're still good and soft. I like them. Going to be taking my little chair right here, because I like to sit down and have something to rest my back on. A lot of folks will just take a pad. I'm at that stage of life where I got to have a chair. So it's only 1 pound, so I'll take the weight penalty to be comfortable at night. For the tent, we're going to take my good old ZPAC's tent right here. Many of you have seen that. Nice and light. I like it. And actually, Forgetful is going to be carrying this, so I don't have to carry that. So super light. When it comes to food, some of the items going to be taken besides the packaged meals right here. I'll be taking a little bit of beef jerky, and I like that this is the Walmart's Ralph's beef jerky. I like it because you buy the big old pack here, and I'll take these and I'll split these up. For breakfast, we're going to have maple bacon flavored bacon jerky. That'll be good with the meals that I have. Be taking lots of little snacks right here to eat during the day. I discovered these great value keto chocolate trail mixes. I'm actually kind of surprised here because they give you 250 calories in this nice little thing here, And, excuse me, because they're keto, you get the energy, but you don't get the sugar rush. And there's only 4 grams of sugar in this entire pack here. I've used the ones that have M&Ms and the others, but they've got a lot of sugar in them. So this one, you're getting your energy off of sources that are gonna last a little bit longer. Lots of nuts in here and that type of stuff. And like I said, for 250 calories, I mean, 4 of these in my pack for the day, that's 1,000 calories you can carry in this little size right here. So it's a good way to go. And then I'm gonna be taking some of this energy drink right here, strawberry kiwi drink enhancer. It is liquid, so it is a little bit heavy, but I like this Vice, those little packs. I don't have one here, but those little packs are trash. So you gotta deal with the trash. I've also learned about the trash is these little sugar packets. I used to like to take these little sugar packets for coffee and whatever. Now what I do is I'll buy the big bag, I put it in a Ziploc bag, and now I have one bag to deal with. I don't have all these little pieces of paper that I have to deal with. Okay. As far as a sleeping bag, I didn't show it to you, but what I'm doing is I'm in between I got about a 40-degree bag or a 45-degree bag. I'll probably take one of those 2 because the overnight lows, once we get there, it's gonna be in July, will be probably in the 40s, so I shouldn't need too heavy of a bag, hopefully, knock on wood. But I am gonna take some thin silk long johns with me in case it does get a little bit chilly, so that way I will not be cold. As well as a hat and the regular stuff that you bring extra with you, an extra pair of socks, some extra camp clothes, so when you get there you can change clothes, which is very important to do if you've been hiking all day long. Take those clothes off that you've been hiking in and sweating in and put on some dry clothes, and let those clothes you've been hiking in, hang them up and let them dry out some, so they'll be ready for the next day. So that's just a preview of what I'm gonna be taking on the trail, so I'm definitely looking forward to it. Like I said, last trek for a little while, be better in fall, hopefully, or early spring, be able to get back out there again. So that's it, the Gadget Man with Discovering in Color. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you out in the trail.